young perk, and I'm doing this one specially for Tehera. Yeah. Cause she gets what she wants, yeah. Cause she's different from the mother. And she opens up her closet, it's just filled up with designer clothes. If you want to discover fashion, Tehera, she the girl can make it happen, yeah. First name Tehera, shake it like Shakira. How could I say this any clearer? She sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Must say your body fine, my girl, honey, dreamy, dreamy, dreamy.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Discover Fashion and Entertainment. I'm at the Tower Estate and I'm your host Tehera Charles. Thank you so much for joining me again. Today I have with me a very talented gentleman. He plays music and he goes by the name of Patrick Roach. Welcome to Discover Fashion and Entertainment.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. How's your day going?
So far it's been going okay.
Nice.
Quite frankly.
Nice.
It's going to be good.
Happy to hear that.
Yes.
So share with the people a little bit about yourself. Who is Patrick Roach?
Patrick Roach is a fun person. He likes adventure, likes sports, likes to meet and greet people. You know, just the whole aspect of me just wanting to be out there. You know, grew up in school, being a part of athletics, being a part of the drum corps, being, you know, just being involved since I was a youth, you know, and making the best of my youth days. You know,
What school you went to?
I went to my primary school. I went to two primary schools. The first one was South St. George Government School, that's Spring School.
Okay.
And then transferred to J.W. Fletcher Memorial RSC. And from there graduated and went to Wesley College High School, secondary.
I thought it was
Yeah.
GVSS. Why do you have that GVSS look?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I went to that school and I made the best of my years there. And it was fun. And also having the opportunity of playing when we had the 2007 Cricket World Cup. And being in the drum line, playing together with an orchestra band that was held by the Royal Grenada Police Force, gathering secondary schools together. And that was one of my, you know, biggest memorable moments.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then what inspired you to start playing and making music?
Well, actually, as a child growing up, it starts for me in church. It starts for me in church. My mom lead worship. She still is, and always had encouraged me to be a part of the youth group, being able to, you know, stay out of trouble, be interactive, and just getting to learn to do different things. And one of those things was being able to sing, and that's the gift that she has, you know, up to this day. And I make the best of it when I'm in church, when I was and still is,
Okay.
you know, going to church and continue doing that, you know. So that's it.
What instrument do you play?
I play the drums, bass guitar, a little keyboard, you know. Yeah, and that drumming started when I wasn't also in church, you know, and I never stopped from there. I continued doing it because I believe that I had something in me which is a God-given, you know, gift or talent, and I never wanted to drop it. And I always continue doing it, and I have, and I will always be.
I saw a little clip of you playing the piano and singing at the same time. I always thought that you have to be very talented to do that, you know, because you have to keep in mind the keys that you want to play, and then at the same time the song.
Yeah.
So to sing and play, that is talent.
That
No, for real.
Yeah,
that is talent. Not
that
anybody could sing and do
play
piano
at the same time. That multitasking opportunity or ability, you know, it comes with a lot of practice and patience, you know, to be able to do that. And being able to remember what you play and
Yeah.
also remember the song that you're singing,
Yes.
you know, and it comes with the passion that you have.
So do you teach anyone to play any instrument, the drums or the piano?
There is a good friend of mine. His name is Kevin John.
Mm-hmm.
He is right now a very good drummer. We started in high school. He always used to ask me, you know, for assistance in, you know, showing him in whatever it is that I know to pass it on, and I did it graciously. And he never stopped doing that. And there is also a young man I help by the name of Nick Houston,
Nice.
you know, and he's trying his best to, you know, keep up with that,
Nice.
you know, and as you know, you being a mentor to someone and helping, you know, them to develop that gift or ability, you have to, you know, be able to encourage them, you know. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
What is it about music that makes you feel passionate?
The whole vibe, the whole sound, the energy, the atmosphere, right? You would, for example, for me as a reggae artist or singing reggae, whenever I'm performing live and I'm asking for a dub wise, that bass and drum section is just to hear the drummer just keep that vibe there and have the bass line just, you know, just pumping and having that just, you know, that whole vibe and energy, you know, and there's a lot to it, because to be a musician and an artist is, as you say, it's patient, and patience is something that does not come easily. But once you have the passion for it, then
Yeah.
it will definitely come easy for you.
Which one do you like doing most? Playing, or you rather be singing?
To be honest, the singing came about, me being in front there, came about very, I won't say awkward, but it came about very unexpected. So I will start with this. Being in front singing came about not in the last election we had, in election rally we had in Pulse,
Right.
right? And the bass guitarist, which is Alex Andrew, the singer didn't come as yet, so they needed to do that sound check. And because he knew me, he called me up and he said, Patrick, I need you to sound check the mic for my singer, for me, please. I said, me? He was like, boy, yeah, I needed to do it because I want to make sure that we, you know, we ready. So I said, all right. I said, what songs y'all are doing? He said, well, okay, let's start with this rhythm, the Lioness rhythm, Queen Africa song, Lioness. I said, okay, all right, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try. Man, I grabbed the mic. The song engineer gave me the mic, and he said, test it, mic check, 1 2 1 2. I did that, and then he said, okay, well, I need you to start singing. Let the band strike up and play whatever song that they will be playing for the artist. And that was the song, Lioness. So I started singing, and then he was like, yo, no, we need you to come off the instrument. I said, what do you mean? He said, sing again. And I start singing, and when the roll is called on, I'll be standing taller. And then the band just stopped. He said, band, stop. We don't need to sound check again. Then he pulled me backstage. And he said, Patrick, I needed to put down the bass guitar and pick up the mic. And that was it. I went with it, and I never stopped. until this blessed day.
Nice. But was it
Right.
something that you saw yourself doing? Like from that moment when you took the mic, was it like, you know what, I could get used to this? You know, the feeling and everything?
Yeah, I never saw myself doing it, but I always used to look at live performance. Christopher Martin, Romain, Barris. You know, I always picture myself being on stage. But at that very set moment, it was that spur and unexpected. So I was very nervous. I was very shy. But I said, you know what? Something have to come from somewhere. And so I did it. You know.
Nice.
And it has been a good road to learn to be in front of an audience, seeing people chanting to you when you're singing along with a song that they know. And it was a nice feeling. It was an actual nice feeling.
You perform in music festival, was it? What are some of the places that you perform with your band, live band, and you sing?
We did, there's a place called 360. That's on Old Fort.
Yeah.
There is, we went at Chublu, that's Dodgy Dock. Where else we did? We did staff party, Wagiti football finals.
Oh, okay. I think
Yeah.
that is
Yes.
probably where.
Yes. So that was the last performance I did. But I performed playing bass guitar behind Jonathan Francis in
Okay.
Music Festival 2018.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, I always had those memorable moments in my heart. You know, and always had wanting to do those stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So from since then, the rally, to now, what are some of the challenges that you've faced being a musician? Seeing that how musicians go through the challenges that they face, what are some of your personal challenges and how you overcome them?
My personal challenge is being able to reach out to the media, like radio, knowing different people, because you know when you're starting your career as a new and upcoming artist, the challenge is getting to, you know, be out there and to getting to know people to help you to let persons get to know who you are. And you know, support is always a challenge too sometimes.
It is. In Grenada,
Yeah,
it
is
is. You have to push a little extra.
Yes,
if you were going
yes.
10, you gotta go 20.
I quite agree.
Yeah.
You know, so that support is very challenging. But I guess when you have the right people that you know you trust, because that level of trust is not hard to come by. So the right people you have around you that you trust to help you reach out there little by little with baby steps, little by little, then you know it will automatically come, you know, and let your music speak for itself.
That's it.
You know, let your music speak, and you know, just the whole being able to grab a hold of connections, you know, is a challenge, and support is one of the fundamental things. You know, but to get past that, I guess you just have to. It starts with you to encourage yourself, you know, and to be able to talk to God to give you the right directions, and to be diligent and hardworking, and know what you want, you know, your aim, your objective. So once you have that in your mind, with the passion you have, then you would automatically, it's going to be a rough road, right? But you would always, once you have that, you know, that hard-working mindset, you would get past it. Because nothing comes easy.
Exactly.
You know, nothing comes easy.
So whether with the support or not, you just gotta keep going.
Yes. You would get persons to turn you down, right? But that's just the reality of life.
Yep.
That's just the reality, and you can't force persons to.
That's one thing I believe. You don't force people to support you.
Right.
The right people will.
Yes.
They may take a little time before they come through, but you got to put yourself out there, let they see you.
Yes,
and the
for
right
sure.
one will come on.
For sure. Yeah, because the product speaks
Yeah.
the product speaks. So yeah, once you have that mindset, you would be able to overcome every little obstacle and the right support, trust, and you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Guys, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
If you want to discover fashion, Tehera, she the girl can make it happen, yeah. First name Tehera, shake it like Shakira. How could I say this any clearer? She sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Must say your body fine, my girl, honey, dreamy, dreamy, dreamy.
Welcome back, guys. I am here with Patrick Roach.
Right.
You wrote a beautiful song, Grenadian Beauty. I want to know all about that song. Like, what inspired you, where you were, everything. Because it's well put together,
Yeah.
lyrics, everything, and I love the video again.
Yeah, yeah.
Shows all parts of Grenada,
Grenada,
the beauty
yeah.
of Grenada.
Yeah.
Share with us a little bit about that song.
Well, being home during the whole lockdown, it was rather interesting that I was on the bass guitar practicing. You know, nothing to do, just being bored, was sitting and watching TV all day, nothing, you know.
Yeah.
And after practicing from the bass guitar, I went on YouTube and I said, you know what, being as I really have this passion for reggae music, let me go online to see what reggae instrumental is there to, you know, to purchase and to produce. And so that happiness rhythm, I went outside. When I put it on, put my earbuds in my ear, went outside on the step, and I sat where I live in Frequency. I sat on the step and I was just looking at the whole beauty of my country. The sun was setting and outside was just lush, green, and you're hearing the birds, you're hearing the whole, you know, just the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
I let the instrumental, you know, build within me. I let it try to speak to me. And I said, okay, sitting watching, and I said, okay, my country is a very beautiful place. And so I said, you know what? I called out to my lady and I said, Nisha. But most times she wouldn't come. She wouldn't come because she wouldn't understand where I'm coming from in regards to music. So she came out and she asked me what it is. And I said, girl, I found something. She said, what? I said, I want to write a song called Grenadian Beauty. She said, where the idea came from? I said, just sit next to me on the step and just look at where we are, where we live in. Right? And think about the things that we have in our country that other countries don't have or other places don't have. And she said, you know what, okay, in what aspect you want to write Grenadian Beauty? I said, you know what, just me singing, writing the song about my country. So she said, okay, all right. What you have so far, I was writing at the time. And I said, I came up with this chorus. Girl, you are my Grenadian smiling beauty. So she said, where you imitate that from? The song Smile Jamaica from Chronics? And I watched and I said, because I do listen to Chronics.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at her and I said, how are you so sure about that? She said, I know you listen to a lot of Chronic songs. I said, okay, but at that time I wasn't thinking about Chronic song because that song speaks about his country, Smile Jamaica. And then she said, you know what, Patrick? Just go with that song. That song would be a hit song. And I sat there and I've never stopped writing that song about my country until 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, wow.
4 a.m. in the morning. Cock crowing and not giving up until I get that song right. Until I get the song. And when I actually got the verses and the chorus right, I phone recorded, voice recorded, and I kept it in my phone. I went online, I purchased the instrumental, the rhythm, and I went and produced it by Keith Frost in Sauteurs, and he spoke about it very highly too.
I love
so
it.
that's how Grenadian Beauty came alive.
I love it.
And that whole representation of my country, and with my daughter in that video, bringing it out a lot. She was very shy, and my cousin Amanda, that
She portrayed as Grenadian.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's how Grenadian Beauty came about.
You did a great job.
Yeah.
In showcasing this little island.
Yeah.
See
yeah,
the true
thank
beauty
you.
of Grenada.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's check out the song, guys. Grenadian Beauty.
Smiling beauty, yeah. Girl, you are a Grenadian smiling beauty, yeah. Living in the Isle of Spice, where everything is nice. Girl, you represent that life with your lush, glorious vibes. And every time I look at you, I see why the world wants to come to you. Cause of green rich vegetation in every parish of the nation, with nutmeg, banana and cocoa. In everywhere I go, breadfruits and callaloo too. That's very good for me and you. She has so much variety, yeah. She could cook plenty potlucks for people to eat. Yeah. Girl, you are my Grenadian smiling beauty, yeah. Girl, you are my Grenadian smiling beauty, yeah.
What qualities do you think makes a great musician?
The willingness to work and believing in yourself, believing in your craft. And I'm going to reiterate on the willingness to work, because some artists or some people might tend to start something and then you stop because somewhere along the way you might be discouraged, and you just tend to give up.
Even the support too. They think they're not getting the support, so they stop.
Correct, yeah, that support, and just the whole aspect of you being able to understand who you are, right? Don't give up, regardless, because there's always room for improvement.
True.
You know, for you to build and grow and to be motivated by others and also motivate yourself. right? And just be willing
Nice.
and be open-minded, to critics,
Yep.
right? Because some persons might come across harsh when it comes to critics,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's a good for you, a betterment for you, because everyone has a different opinion, a different view as to how they want to see, things go, or how they want to see you progress. So yeah.
And that is a lot of things that the artists don't understand. They think that when someone says, critics you, they think that, they don't want you to be doing these certain things and
Right,
they react
right.
a certain way with attitude. But as a musician, you have to be open,
Yes,
to the negative
yeah.
comments that you're going to get and
Yes.
just, use that to build yourself more.
Right, correct. Because music is a universal language,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's because it speaks to you emotionally in different ways, right? So you have to understand when someone is giving you a little critics, it's okay, right? And it's how you approach it, how you approach the critics and being able to accept it.
Yeah.
You understand? Because some critics will break you, right? And some persons might, come across to you depending on what they want to see or hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their approach might be wrong.
Different, yes.
You understand?
That
It might
is
be
true.
wrong, and then they might tend to break that person. But they have to be able to be strong. You understand? In the field of music and
Very
as an
important.
artist, it's very important,
You
right?
speak volume,
Your mindset.
trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them don't understand that.
Yeah.
Someone says something about your music and you'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, they shouldn't say this. But hey, you're in the field. There are going to be people that's going to talk. You have to
Right.
be strong.
Right. Because
Accept it and just say, you know what, next time I'm going to try my best to
Yeah.
please you.
yeah, true.
You know,
true.
or to do this better.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because as for me, I mean, when I release songs, I listen to them afterwards. I think of ways to improve. I would relate to other persons that I believe that would motivate me to become better.
Right.
Not perfect, but become better at the craft. And they would give, whether it be bad or good, critics, and you listen. Based on the critics you get, if you choose to filter those, you filter what you could take to become better. Right? So I dish out whatever I do as it relates to the songs I have released, and try to get different views, opinions, and different feel, so that the listening ear would be able to understand and gravitate,
Yeah.
to who you are and who I am as an artist producing reggae music, right? And stepping out of your comfort zone to get a different bounce, a different feel, because music is broad, right? It's broad. So
Yeah. Very
yeah,
important.
yeah.
Nice. Guys, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
first name Tehera, shake it like Shakira. How could I say this any clearer? She sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Must say your body fine, my girl, and you dreamy, dreamy, dreamy.
Welcome back, guys. I am here with Patrick Roach.
Right.
Let us talk about your last release song, which I think every person should listen first thing in the morning or last thing in the night. Because it's really powerful, strong. What's the name? Stay Strong.
Stay
and
Strong.
Especially in these times.
Yep.
Trust me, we need music like this. This is what we need.
Thank you.
To listen to first thing in the morning and just to keep us going.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that song?
Basically, just sitting, looking at the television, looking at the news, seeing persons going through different challenges with work, being able to afford their necessities like bills, food, persons going through some mental situations, and out of all of these things, we tend to forget that there is a God above. Because sometimes we tend to, as human, we tend to believe that we could control things on our own, and there are things that are that you cannot control. Right. So for me, I would say the things that I cannot control, I would leave it alone, and I would just say, Father, listen, I can't control this situation. I leave it all up to you. I just need you to help me to stay strong throughout this situation. So I was on the keyboard. I was on the keyboard and just playing around with some chords. And the theme of Stay Strong just stuck with me. And anytime I come up with a theme, I pull up my phone and I write it in. So I contacted Peck West Point Production, and I told him, I said, I have a song that I think I want to write called Stay Strong. So I ran it past by him. I sent him the chord progression. Myself, Rod, and the same drummer Kevin, we were just playing around and so on. Rod was actually, I was on the keyboard, and I told him, I said, I want you to play this for me, please. And then he was there playing it, and I was on the bass guitar, and the drummer was there, and I said, I like the sound of this. So I recorded it and I sent it for Peck West Point Production. And I told him, I said, I want to produce this song because we are all going through situations and we neglect to think about God throughout all of this.
We need a little reminder now and then that there's a man upstairs.
Exactly. So he said, Patrick, he said that is a really good team and a very strong team. The day, it took him 2 days. It took him 2 days to come up with a draft, putting it together, the chords and the beats and everything together. He sent it to me via WhatsApp, and I said, Peck, that is the sound that I am looking for. So he said, yeah. So I said, you know what? I said, I will keep this demo, and I'm going to go up to Frost in Sauteurs, yes. Go up to Frost in Sauteurs. Went in the studio, and for me, when I'm going to the studio, I don't like to waste producer's time. I make sure I have my song written down, what I already have in my mind. So I went in the studio and started singing it, and then Frost stopped the rhythm and he said, Patrick, he said that is a powerful song, real powerful. He said, because of this whole pandemic we're going through, families dying, friends dying, and we just feel to be weak. We fail to be, and not fail to be weak, but we are just weak. And we just not be reminded to stay strong out of all this situation or the circumstances. So he said, this will stick with me for a very long time. I sent it to Peck, and then Peck asked me to come to the studio again to redo it over again and to make sure that this is the song that he would want to hear as well,
Yeah.
to give him a reminder,
Yeah.
right, that we need to stay strong,
Definitely.
and we make sure that we have it locked on key, to ready to produce, to be out there, so that people should be reminded.
You know,
Right.
just the words of the song, it will go good if you have a video, just to
Yeah.
show people like, hey,
Yeah,
there are other persons going through
yeah,
some of these things that you're going
Trials,
through as
yeah.
well.
yeah.
But you have to remember that, you know, God is there.
God
He's
is
going
there
to
with us, yeah.
keep you true.
Yeah.
Guys, you should definitely check out that
Yeah.
song. Stay
Stay
strong.
strong.
We've got to pray to the Father for us to stay strong. Yeah. Check it. Becklin, tell the people. We've got to pray to the Father in this life. We've got to pray to the Father in this life. To hold the faith, keep the courage, and don't give up the fight. No, we've got to pray to the Father in this life. We've got to pray to the Father in this life. To have no fear and guide us each and everywhere. Yeah. So many times we feel that God is not there, and He is not listening to our prayers. When circumstances beyond control, we think that we can bear it on our own, but Jah will surely take care of it all. So stay strong, my people, call on the Most High God. Stay strong, my people, cause all is not lost. Stay strong, my people, Jah won't leave us undone. Stay strong, my people, stay strong.
It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Listen to
YouTube.
it first thing in the morning, last thing
Last
in the
thing
night.
in the night.
Trust me.
Of course, of
It
course,
is.
of course, of
Nice.
course.
What advice would you give to young men and women out there looking to get into the music industry as well, play an instrument and also sing? What advice would you give to them?
One of the biggest advice I would give is don't procrastinate. You have the gift, you have the ability, you would make mistakes, you would sound bad, you would sound as though you're not doing anything. Don't procrastinate. The minute time you start trying and you get persons to listen to what you have, they will give you a little critics that we were talking about earlier on. And you learn, you get past that. As well as to be humble. Be humble. Be respectful and disciplined in what you do. Love what you do. Be passionate about what you do. And just the whole aspect of valuing yourself, because a lot of young artists or young persons who endeavor to come into the music arena don't really value themselves. They would be, well, self-esteem has a lot to play with it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they are just weak in mind and thoughts and always want to take that step to do something, but just that's something that's pulling them back. You know, so be strong, be diligent, be disciplined, be humble, and love what you do. You understand? And be strong-minded up here.
Yeah.
Up here. You just have to be strong up here. Because it's not easy in your own home, your own community, your own mindset. And there's so much distraction out in the world outside there that would get you on the negative aspect. But just know who you are. Be respectful to yourself. You know?
I love that.
Yeah, be
Very
respectful to
powerful.
yourself. Yes, yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Guys, I hope you're listening and taking that advice. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Because it's not easy. It's
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
easy, because especially the community has a lot to play with it, based on the community it comes from, because
Yeah.
the bad influence you may have, persons may want to realize that you're trying to be different come out of the pack to be a
They
better
don't like
you.
that.
Right? No, they don't like to see
People
that.
don't like when you're trying
They
to
don't
be
like
better.
to see that. You know, somebody might come around, realize you have a gift, and they will say, "What are you doing with that person? What you doing?" You understand? And they will try to tell you, "Yo, this person want to use you. They want to, they want to. They realize you have a gift, so they want to just maximize on your talent, make money off of you, etc., etc." But at the end of the day, they would not tell you that, "Hey, you have a gift. I want to help you. I want to see you grow and get past your obstacles based on the community or the environment you're in." You understand? And funny enough, I'm gonna just bring this up for a little bit. I was looking at a documentary with Usain Bolt because I like athletics.
Right.
And not knowing that Usain Bolt's manager was his best friend. You understand? And you don't get that often.
Trust me.
You don't. And that just captured my mind. When I saw that, I paused the television for a while and I just think back to myself. You don't get that very often. You will have friends saying that, "I want to see you strive, I want to see you get better, I want to see you go well."
But they're not doing anything.
But they're not doing anything. You understand? And it's just that blessing that Usain and his best friend
once
reached.
you could find someone that could,
man, come
you know,
on.
a best friend that could work with you and want to see good for you, and that is rare.
That is very rare. It's very rare.
That's why sometimes we need to sit down and look at the persons in our circle.
Thank you.
And see what are they doing to help you.
Yeah.
You know, and if they are not motivating you, they're not helping you, they don't have to know exactly what you're doing.
That's important.
You could have a friend and they don't know anything about music, but still they will try their best to support you and help you, and that is what matters. And
it's true.
You don't find these type of persons easily.
You don't. And that documentary stuck with me when I saw that. That his best friend was there with him for every step of the way. Injuries, his pain, his sorrows when he first started, and you know, all this thing. And I was like, whoa, this is
a friend to stick around.
Rare.
Not those that will, you're not gonna see them during your hard time, but when you're out there, that's when everybody pops up. That's my best friend. But at the down time when you're starting off, is where you need to see who's around, and that's what you need to take to you at the top. Where can people stream your music though, to show a little support as we close off?
You could find me on, you know, Instagram, my full name, Patrick Roach. YouTube, Patrick Roach as well. Seeing as I'm doing most of the work on my own and trying to get persons to support me and give me the right guidelines to, you know, Spotify and Apple Store, and so on. For now, I'm just there on Instagram and AudioMac, YouTube.
Nice.
So,
well, thank you so much for taking your time off to chat with us and letting the people know what you're into. Congrats on your songs. You're doing a very great job.
Thank you.
Just continue. There will be challenges, but just continue, because you are like persons like me who listen to your songs. Stay strong. Grenadian Beauty, that's my two favorites. I love them. So just continue. People out there, they're looking. They may not always tell you, they may not always comment, but they are looking, they are listening.
Correct.
So all the best going forward.
I want to, you know, to shout out the support, the supports I've been getting, I've got from and continue to receive. I would say Netherlands Insurance for a very good support as it relates to the video. Jackie, Pink Really Production, Frost, K Frost Production, for Stay Strong, West Point, my brother, friend, Nick, for the background vocalist, and all those who have forgot to mention. You know, I really appreciate your support, and you know, I would love that we continue the work that we are.
Nice. Well, thanks again for passing through.
It's my pleasure.
We have come to the end of another amazing episode of Discover Fashion and Entertainment, and I will see you next Saturday right here on MTV for another episode. Bye.
Without a prayer, then asking ourselves what's wrong with us today. Not realizing to talk to the Father and feeling hopeless from there on after. But when a life is a earth song, talk to Jah and He will